Pedro from A&P-REACTS. I'm here today with Sami and Essa of Metal de Facto to talk some power metal. How you guys doing?
Sorry.
Are you guys good?
Shouting when you're asking.
Yeah. Priorities.
Yes. Yeah. It's important. It's important to have priorities.
Yeah.
Yes.
You mentioned power metal, so there needs to be, respond like, yeah.
I was expecting Salo to jump from the background and do one of his screams and then disappear.
We would wish that. What?
So, how you guys been doing? Been doing good?
Yeah.
Well, as good as it is at the moment. Of course, there is. In my industry, there is no work at the moment, but it was pretty good.
Outside of that, everything else is pretty good. Besides the world collapsing around you, everything else is pretty good.
Yeah. Details.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
it's been a little bit over the 1 year mark since you guys released your debut record. So the first question that I have for the two of you is, do you feel like you've made power metal great again?
Of course.
Yes. And it's a process anyway.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we made it great yet. We made it greater.
That's even better.
Yes.
That's definitely that you guys are pushing the envelope to a whole new height. Things are going into a whole new height.
Absolutely. That would be weird if we would have achieved the greatness on the first album, because then we just have to quit or something.
Well, actually, we can always go greater. There's always great and greater.
Yeah, but I mean the greatest.
Greatest, yes.
Yes.
How to make power metal greatest.
Make power metal greatest again.
Greatest again, yes. That will be the third album.
Yeah.
Or the fourth. You're gonna need, I think for that you're actually gonna need a compilation, like a live record or a greatest hits.
That's also true.
Yeah. Let's see. There are so many possibilities.
Yeah, and when it comes to you guys, I think the possibilities are almost, limitless.
Well, yeah. Well, we have very good lineup with the band. I mean, there aren't that many limits.
Yeah, I agree with you. So whose idea was it to celebrate the 1 year anniversary with these color vinyls that you guys released this year?
Well, that's a long story, actually. It's we started talking about the vinyl about a year ago, and it got released now. So, well, it was first supposed to be released actually in the midsummer, but then COVID, of course, changed a lot of things, and then it just slipped, and suddenly it was like, okay, hey, it's 1 year from the album, so it should be 1 year anniversary when it's released.
Yeah, I think it's a nice little touch, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. And Rockshots has been really cool about it.
Yeah. They did very well with the vinyls.
No, did you guys receive your copy?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
All right. I received mine as well, as you guys know. I think the red one looks absolutely phenomenal. It really matches the whole theme of the record. So yeah. I feel like it's the perfect color for a vinyl that celebrates the 1 year anniversary of the record.
I agree.
I
had something in my mind, but I forgot.
Probably this that you haven't even seen them yet.
Yeah, I haven't even seen it. I'm still waiting for my copy.
Yeah,
it's in its place.
Yeah, it's at my home because, of course, I couldn't take it with me here because it would have been too much to do.
Yeah, it would have been too easy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Like that vinyl weighs a ton.
He likes the closeness.
Yeah.
I think he's just trying to drag the experience of you guys having to spend another day together. Because if you brought the vinyl over today, that would be it. The relationship would be over, right?
Exactly. The romance has to continue.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like when you go on a date and you leave something behind at the other person's house. It gives you an excuse to call them back the next day and come over another night to pick up whatever it is that you left behind.
Use condom.
Can I get it back?
So I'm starting to feel like that's the kind of relationship you guys are having, but with the vinyl.
These are hard times. You can't be too picky.
Yeah.
I don't think you can be picky at all. I mean, I don't think there's any room for that right now. It's really hard times. We're living hard times. You got to take what you can.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
ended up from vinyls to this. So
Yeah.
well done.
Well, I think
but
that
it's
went
a
pretty well.
perfect segue. It's the perfect segue. By the way, I really like the idea of the vinyls 1 year after the record being released. I actually think more. I know bands try to release the vinyls at the same time the album is coming out, but it's a nice little segue, specifically now because of the pandemic. It allows people to reconnect with the band, to re-engage with the band, go back, listen to the album again, have a new format in order to digest the record. So I really like the idea. It may not have been the plan A, but you know what? I think it worked out in the end. Don't you guys agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
It did actually.
Yeah. And with the EP, it was like a nice treat, you know. Yeah, like I said, anniversary party. Yeah, it would have been cool to have like a
show.
Like a show, yeah. Back in the old days. Old folks are told that there have been these things that.
Actually, I just realized that the EP was released on the same day, like a year after our first show.
Ooh, nice.
Wow. Everything coming full circle. And when did you guys start thinking of the EP? Is that been a long time in the works, or is this like the vinyl? You guys started thinking of the EP a year ago and it's released now? Like, what happened with the EP?
I can't even remember when we started talking about
the EP. It was a long time ago. The songs were recorded mostly a long time ago, but it just took time. And
they were actually originally supposed to be bonus tracks for the album.
Yeah.
But we used only one of them on the Japanese release. So there were how many songs? three songs still not released. So we just thought that it would be nice to release them as some sort of an EP or something.
Yeah, and then the idea for acoustic version of Legionnaires' Oath came, and like, hey, yeah, this song would work as an acoustic version, and ta-da!
Is that something that you guys would think about doing more often, like acoustic versions of some of your tracks? Because I think that song specifically worked really well.
If it works, I mean,
yeah, if it works.
It's silly to, you know, how do you say, set it in stone, like, yeah, for every album we're gonna make acoustic version, because if there are songs that don't work as an acoustic version, then it would be stupid to ruin it. So whenever there's a possibility, I think we're gonna do it. I personally, I like acoustic stuff.
Yeah, me too. That's why I'm asking. I really like the more stripped down aspect that the songs have, and like I said, for Legionnaires' Oath was perfect. I thought it worked really well.
Yeah, but let's see what the future brings.
Yeah, actually, this Legionnaires' Oath, we started playing it on this acoustic tour with Imperium. 2000 something, 19, maybe.
No, was it 19?
Yeah, it was 19.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, we wanted to play one song from.
From the album. So
upcoming,
and decided that that's actually the song that works best in acoustic version. So we just played it there on the tour. And then I think probably from there came the idea to record
it. Yeah, I didn't even remember the tour. That was quite moist.
I can understand that you don't remember the tour.
I'm assuming there was some alcohol involved.
A lot. Yeah, that was really like going back to roots, you know, because I'm old geezer nowadays. With Imperium, I don't drink that much, but with acoustic tours, it's a different story, because you just sit down and it's more like tavern feeling, you know, drinking with people. And
so he was wondering at the tour, you're like, why he's gaining weight. Like on the tour, he was like a balloon, basically, like expanding all the time.
Yeah, to every direction. Yeah, I barely made it to my bus bunk anymore in the end.
Yeah, in the end it was like. But anyway,
push me.
Then you're like, he drank a bottle of Bailey's every night. So I calculated him how many calories is in there. It's about 3,600.
Yeah, but that
kilocalories.
That was just one part of the daily diet. Then there was.
So he was basically like consuming about 5,000 kilocalories per day.
Yeah.
I'm wondering why he's getting fatter.
And just sitting down and playing music and not doing any sports. So kids, don't do it.
No, it's interesting with the Baileys, because when I saw you guys in Portugal at the festival Vagos, you guys did an acoustic set there, and there was also a bottle of Baileys there. So this is a theme. It seems like everywhere you go, there's a bottle of Baileys that follows you behind. You should get us some sponsorship from Baileys.
Yeah, we tried. We tried also from Martini, but it doesn't work. They just to like ignore our pleas for free booze.
So let's see when we're playing stadiums. Maybe then they come crawling to us.
Okay, I see that. Yeah, once you guys reach the big time, then it will be the reverse. They'll be the ones knocking on your door. Now you're knocking on theirs. I can see that. I can see that.
And we're gonna play like hard to catch, but it's gonna be like, here's a free Martini. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, the deal is done.
Yes.
So with the 1 year that has gone between the time the album was released and the time that we're speaking now, just a little bit over the 1 year mark, I got two questions for you guys. Has this 1 year been a little bit bittersweet? Because on one hand, you finally got your debut album out there, and on the other hand, you're not able to tour, play any shows, and really support the record. So do you feel like there's a little bit of happiness and a little bit of sadness at the same time?
I'm very happy that we got the thing rolling, and we got the first album out. But there were like offers for European tours, supporting bigger bands, and a bunch of festivals, and we did one show in Helsinki, which was quite successful and a lot of fun, and people had a lot of fun also. So it was like a really good start, and then it just
the usual stuff.
The usual. So that kind of sucked. But the good thing is that we're working at the moment with the new stuff. So we didn't just sit on like, okay, we're gonna wait for like until COVID is over, and then we're gonna tour with the Imperium Romanum. It's like, oh, we're okay that kind of the main touring period is kind of gone with this album. Of course, we're gonna play songs from this album, but I think we're watching forward.
Yeah, there's of course next summer there's
Yeah.
Perhaps 2 festivals. We'll see what happens.
In Finland, and hopefully some club shows in the end of the year.
Yeah, we're discussing about those now, but
you never know.
You
never know. Yeah, I agree with you on that. And how was the overall fan reception to the album? Like, now that you've had time to digest, it's been a year. You've been able to kind of like see the forest from the trees. What is your take overall? How has the fan reaction to the band and to the album has been?
Confused stare. Like, what, fans? Well, where to start? I read of course all the reviews and everything, and read a little bit about the discussion and these kind of things. It's a bit weird because there is not too many negative reviews out there or negative discussions. I'm a bit surprised about that thing, because with my old band it was for the first 2 albums it was only negative reviews, so I'm used to this kind of thing. So with Bloody Hell there is no reviews, so it's like different kind of thing. But it's been nice actually. For instance, on the show there were a lot of fans who came to talk.
People came from abroad to Helsinki.
Yeah, there were a lot of people from outside Finland coming there and for the show, and it was actually really nice talking with them.
Yeah,
of course I got very, very, very drunk.
The usual.
Yeah, and sat at the merch table when our roadies were dismantling stage, which was supposed to be our responsibility, but
but you were playing the rock star.
Yeah, the one night of my life I finally made it somewhere.
But I would say the feedback, it's been very good. Of course, the band would need to tour to convince people, because what was it in? It was just out in some article. I think in Spotify. I think was it 40 or 60,000 songs are released every day, something like insane. What was it, every day or every week? I don't care. But anyway, we're talking about thousands of songs. So there's so much new music coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So you also really need to, especially with this kind of music, you need to be there to play for people and convince people on festivals and clubs. And so that's what I'm really looking forward to, because everybody in the band are very eager to play live. So that's what I really like about it.
I think it also opens. I also think when you're playing live, either be part of a tour or a festival, I think it opens doors that are not necessarily opened by the record, because people will come and see you guys, not because necessarily they know who you are, but they're there to see another band and they catch your set or whatever the case might be. And they're like, hey, these guys are pretty good. I've never heard of them before. So exactly. I think playing shows, like I said, either tour or festival, allows you to, reach a much larger audience than just releasing a record.
Absolutely. And there comes, the presence of the band. It's not just about the music, but it's also about the interaction with the audience. Of course, you need to convince people that, yeah, you can actually play. But
I don't think you guys need to worry about that.
But I know people who go to like big festivals and they have a policy that they go see at least one song from every band. So they gotta give all the bands a chance. I think that's a really cool mentality.
Yeah, that's really cool mentality compared to, for instance, me, who goes to a festival, stays most of the time in the backstage drunk as a poet on a payday.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Or me, who I look at the list of the bands and I pick like the ones that I really want to watch, and then I miss like 90% of everything else.
Yeah. Me too. If I go to a festival, well, even if I'm playing there, but it's most of the time it's just about talking with friends and you know mingling. And there's oh shit, there's a band playing, but okay, we drink beer and then we go. And oh, they finish. Okay, we go to the next band. And
it's like in Wacken a couple of years ago when Halloween was headlining.
Yeah,
and you're like, I was like, yeah, I should go there. And then I looked at the sea of the people. I was like, no, we have a TV here in the backstage and the speakers here and a free beer, so I'm staying here.
Shame on us.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I've done that a few times myself too, because it's just like, you know what? I can hear it from where I am, and I can watch it on the TV, so it's almost the same thing.
Yeah. You're right.
Basically, that's what we keep telling ourselves.
Yeah, just keep lying to yourself.
What was the most challenging aspect of making the debut record for you guys as a new band coming all together for this project? What was the most challenging thing?
Good question, actually. There were a lot of challenges actually on the album. Learning to know how to write, for instance, for these people, which, for instance, what is Mikael's range in the vocals? What works for him the best? What is how Mikko plays guitar, how Benji plays keyboards, everything. It's like learning how to write to the people. And well, I played with Atte many times before, so I know he was the easiest thing on the album because he just does his thing and it works.
Yeah.
And then of course there are a problem of keeping the bass player from the booze when he's recording.
You were
from the Baileys.
No, he was actually drinking this gin long drink.
Yeah, Lonkero.
Yeah,
oh, okay. That's a good one.
Yeah, we were both drunk when we recorded the bass, and you can really hear that.
But it was fun. There was so much emotion. It was really like, yes, we're doing this. We're recording the songs. It was just so happy moment.
Yeah, it was.
And we were celebrating, and then one Lonkero led to another, and
and suddenly after recording like 4 songs, we should have stopped, but we didn't.
No.
So looking at that process for the debut record, I'm assuming you guys already are starting to work on the new material for the upcoming album, for the following up. So what becomes more difficult, recording a debut record or following up a debut record?
I would say the debut.
I think it was more difficult. Now it's actually
quite clear.
Direction is clear. Everything is clear. We're actually at the moment we are just testing for the pre-production testing. Drum recordings. We did them last weekend. A pre-recording of the drums. Check the sounds, what we're looking for. I'm gonna test the guitar tones soon and this kind of thing. And
there's already quite many demos recorded.
Yeah, about half of the material is demoed almost to final versions already.
So what can you share about that? Like, what direction will this new record take? I'm assuming you guys are going to walk away from the Roman Empire into some other place in history.
Yes.
On the planet, yeah.
Yeah,
So
on the
another place on the planet.
Yes, on this planet. We're staying on this planet.
Okay,
So-
it's
so
not a
far.
sci-fi. It's not sci-fi. Okay.
No, not
Yeah,
really.
it's gonna be no. Yeah, but it's gonna be another topic, because that was the idea, that every album has a theme. That was the original idea, and that's quite nice, because then you really focus on one thing and try to use it.
Just no, we're not gonna actually spoil the surprise about the album. Yet.
No, sorry.
Okay. All right. I tried.
You
tried.
tried.
Nothing personal. Nothing personal.
No, I tried. I mean,
You
that's all I can
no.
do is try. But
Yeah.
do you guys have like a moving deadline for when you would like to have the record out, or because of COVID, there's really no rush since there's no shows, no tours. How are you approaching this situation?
Bits like this that we do it, and we have certain like a time frame in which we would like to have everything ready. But if it is not ready by then, we are not in a stress at the moment.
Yeah, we can push it a few weeks. It doesn't, because there's no tour book with Halloween yet.
Yeah.
But of course, it's nice when things go forward, and that's what's happening all the time.
Yeah.
Slowly, but yeah, like you said, we're doing pre-production already, and that's already something, I think, step forward from the debut album. Really checking like where to record the drums and try the different mics and pay attention, I guess, a bit differently. I don't know.
A bit, yeah. A bit. No, it's like in the debut album, there was some things that we rushed and some things that we didn't, but like we learned from it.
Yeah,
we learned a lot from it, so we're not going to repeat the same mistakes. We're going to make some new mistakes with this one.
Yes. Beauty of life.
And without giving away, I know you guys are not going to give away the theme of the record, but is there going to be some surprises as far as the sound, as far as the tuning goes on this album when you compare it with the previous record, or sound wise, are things going to stay pretty much close to where they were, just with a different theme?
Well, there is going to be a bit different sound, but not much. Like I'm personally not that happy about my guitar sound on the first album. It was kind of a mess, but we will work on those things. I can only blame myself because I recorded it myself and then I mixed it. So and I played it. So who can I blame?
Exactly. You cannot escape the responsibility.
Yeah, you wrote it, you played it, you mixed it, you recorded. I mean, it's all Sami's fault.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically,
yeah,
yes.
The bass sounded so shitty that the guitar is.
The bass ruined the guitar sound.
Yeah, the crappiness of the bass kind of springboarded into the guitar and took it down.
Mm.
It's one of those things, if I'm going to go down, I'm bringing everybody with me.
Yeah, that's him, yes.
That's me.
Wait, are you guys fans? I know you guys had a little bit of a cameo on one of the tracks on the debut record. Are you guys fans of having some guest vocalists or some guest artists on the record? And if so, would you guys consider, or you guys are considering having anybody on this follow-up album?
Yes.
We might ask you.
Well, I was leaving that question for last. I was like, okay, when am I going to get a phone call to do some backing vocals on this upcoming record? That was going to be my last question, but now you guys kind of blew it for me.
So see, that's what we do.
Yeah, we blow up everything for you and for
Guitar sound, interviews.
Yep.
Me.
Well, we're very good at that. He's the specialist. I just help him.
Yeah.
But,
so what are you guys thinking about that for the new record?
Yeah,
of the song.
Depends if there is actually like a that it's not just because like it's just somebody on the song. That doesn't work. But if there is like some connection with the song, then it will work. We have somebody in mind for the second album, and I think, I don't know, did we ask already or not?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
Mm.
But anyway, I highly doubt that he refuses because he's a friend. So
Yeah, anyway, the point of having someone visiting your song or album this person needs to bring something that the band cannot, produce, can make themselves. Like
like for instance, Maurits.
yeah,
we don't sound like like a Roman emperor or whatever. He does. So
yeah.
and he had a different accent, which was really cool.
Yeah, and he has the experience of the theme in terms of his own band and what he does. So I think it's a perfect fit.
Yeah.
It was actually like when we were on tour with XDO with Enziferum, and we're like, it came kind of naturally to ask him that, can you actually feature?
So I guess we can expect something on this new record along the same lines, if you will.
Yeah, something like that.
And will I get a phone call? So since we're on the subject, I mean, when am I going to get my phone call? I expect I expect to do some sort of backing vocals on something here. You know what I mean? I can also play a really mean triangle if you guys are looking for that.
Triangle solo.
Yeah, but for that, Korpikalainen's bass player is the king. You have nothing on him.
Are we gonna have a triangle battle?
We could.
Okay, I can do some cowbell if that helps.
But I'm still actually Pedro versus Jarkko, like a triangle battle.
That would be cool.
Well, in the battle of the beards, he wins.
Yeah, well, he wins everybody. He's like cousin It from Adam's Family.
he will definitely demolish anybody that comes against him. I mean, I'm just maybe not you, but I'm just maybe not you, but I'm just starting compared to what he can bring forward. I'm like the appetizer. He's the full meal.
Yeah, I'm also, it's just pubic hair in the wrong place. What I have here.
Yep.
So that's an interesting. I mean, the reason I'm bringing this up is because when you read some of the credits from the previous record, you see you guys used some choirs and you actually invited some people to do some singing for those choirs and that kind of. And I was like, where was my email? I never got a notification. I never got a request. So I felt like.
Did you check this is like a spam folder?
Maybe I need to check my spam folder. Maybe that's where it went.
Check it.
Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe I don't drink enough Baileys. So maybe that's what the problem is. I don't know. Maybe I'm hoping that things will change. I'll have my agent talk to your people.
Yeah.
Good.
We'll make it work.
Okay, we'll make it work. I'm glad that at least we have some sort of light at the end of the tunnel. There's hope. At least there's hope.
Definitely there is hope.
So as you guys are working on this record, as you guys have a moving deadline, as you guys are starting to put all the pieces together, where do you think this album is going to give fans that perhaps they didn't get with the previous record? What is this album going to offer new?
Everything is bigger and better, of course.
Well, your guitar sound, I expect it to be a lot better.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. It doesn't need much to be better.
I think you're short selling yourself. The guitar sound, I honestly don't think is as bad as you claim it to be on the debut album.
Just in my head, it's like stuck there, and every time I hear the album, it's like
shame.
But
I like it also, but
I think it sounds fine. I think you're just being a little bit overcritical, and but if it can sound better on the next album, then hey, bonus.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and it's gonna be like how to put it, like everything goes into more everywhere directions. Not like in the musical wise, but everything goes in a certain package. It goes more.
Yeah, it's like upgraded version. That should be the goal with every album.
So is the sound going to be bigger? Do you feel like the sound on the album is going to be bigger?
I think that what you mean with bigger, because sometimes you might have a trio, and it sounds very big. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to have a full orchestra behind you, that the sound is big.
There never will be a full orchestra, except maybe on album 7.
Yeah, exactly. We talk about this on the
album 7.
Yes.
Yeah,
we agreed on this. So
it's the theme is already picked for album 7, and I have there will be 2 songs in it, and a symphony orchestra. Yeah. The album will be about 130 minutes or something.
Yes, this was agreed when the band was.
I don't know if you guys can live with Mikael Salo for 7 albums though.
Yeah, we love him, of course.
We can.
You don't seem very confident. You're like, yeah, I guess we have to do it. We can.
No. That's why alcohol. was created.
Yeah, connecting people.
Yes.
That's the only way to do it. It's with alcohol.
Well,
I totally agree with you.
If there's a will, there's a way with alcohol.
Well, guys, I want to thank you for your time today. It's been an absolute pleasure and blast to talk to the two of you. Essa, I've never had you on the channel before, so this is really cool to have you on the channel for the first time. Sami is a regular. I think this is like the 5th time that Sami's been on the channel.
See, I'm dragging your channel down.
No, like, well,
Actually,
I shouldn't say 5th time, probably more than that, because when we count the Imperium videos, when we count your own solo project, Metal de Facto, the times that we've gotten to chat, I think you're like one of the most what can I say, the most played musicians on the channel. So that's a great thing.
You should change the name of the channel. It should be like Sami channel.
Well, maybe we need to rebrand at some point in time, but I'm going to wait until he gets the Bailey's sponsorship. I'm going to wait until he gets the Bailey's sponsorship, so maybe that way I can also get some Bailey's out of the whole thing.
Yes.
Hey, maybe that's an idea for a new segment on the channel. You know, Bailey's with Sami.
Yeah.
Or we give him
for the next album that I'm gonna do this like a video of me getting totally hammered, drunk, and reacting to my own songs.
Oh, that would be epic.
A bonus DVD.
Bonus DVD, like 1 hour of me lying on a couch drunk and commenting the songs. Naked, of course. How else can you be when you're drunk?
I think that's a great idea, and I think we should have Sami do also reading of the lyrics, but like in a poetic format while drinking Bailey's.
That's actually a very good idea.
Yes,
we're gonna do that.
You know, like with the bookshelf behind you with a lot of books to make you look like a lot smarter, and then it looks like you're like, you know, sipping the Bailey's and reading the lyrics. I think that would be amazing.
Oh yes,
excellent.
There should be also like a fireplace next to you.
Oh yes, and a pipe. In a pipe.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
A pipe. There you go. I see. I'm great at this stuff. I should be your I don't know, what do you call it? Your creative manager or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Come up with a title for it.
We need to talk about that.
Yeah. You don't get paid, but you will work a lot.
Yeah. Well, I think that's. I think I'll get paid with exposure. That's pretty much how everybody in the music industry gets paid.
Be like Mr.
Yeah, exactly. We're all on the same boat. We're all getting paid with exposure. So, you know, it is what it is.
Fantastic.
All right, guys, thank you very much for your time. This was an absolute pleasure. As always, we will chat again. Once there's more news on your camp for the upcoming album for Metal de Facto, we'll do this again and talk a little bit more in detail. Probably by then, you guys will be able to tell us a little bit more information. And I can talk about my experience of singing backing vocals on one of the tracks. So it'll make for a great conversation.
Sounds good.
All right, guys. Take care.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you.
Stay safe.